All right, here we go. Audio. Can you hear me now? I think the audio was not plugged in solidly. Can we? I'm registering audio now. Okay, you can hear me now. All right. All right. So anyway, hello to everybody who's here. JLS Comics and Tim Bentley and Bushcraft and Jeff and Muskie and Tim. And now I have to hold on. I have to let the cat out. Hang on a second. You dummy. Go. And I'm back. Josiah and Rob Irizarry, MCDJ ACDC, Dr. Skellenstein. Thanks everyone for being here. I thought I would do something live since I've utterly failed to do a review video. So I thought maybe we just do something like this and get together and chat for a little bit. There is some G.I. Joe news that we can talk about, but we'll get to that later. And I apologize for my lateness in getting a video review done. I've had, as far as my mental health goes, it's been not great lately. And I've been trying to just get myself into a better state of mind so that I can get back to work. But that has not been going very well. The cat's name is October, and the cat is technically my roommate's cat. So sometimes the cat gets in here, but it's actually belongs to my roommate. Tim can't hear me. Everybody else can hear me, Tim. I've got the microphone plugged in, and we seem to be working. Seymour is it's Monday 11 a.m. in New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand from the United States. All right, so Impossible Pie can hear me. Everybody else is loud and clear, so I don't know. Just a temporary roommate. Just somebody that that's a friend of mine. Anyway. Mainly I wanted to get on here and communicate with people since I've been kind of AWOL lately. I know what the next video review is going to be. I've already picked it out and I've started writing it. It's just a simple single carded figure, but I've had a hard time getting the mental energy to actually record the video. And I've been trying, and I've been frustrated with myself that I've not been able to produce content. So I apologize for that, but I am still trying. I am still trying. So I thought if I can't get an episode up, then at least maybe we can do something live and we'll at least chat for a little bit. And there is G.I. Joe news to talk about. We got G.I. Joe news to talk about. Like a new TV show, new live action TV show that's in the works. How about that? Hi Matt and White Vegeta. I don't know if I said hello to you, but if not, hello. How do you do? I don't have an unboxing. I should have done an unboxing. I can do an unboxing because I have a couple of things that were sent to me. In fact, that's a good idea. If you'll, hello Gaz, nice to see you, Gaz. If you'll give me a couple minutes, I will go grab a couple things and I'll unbox them on this video. Talk amongst yourselves for about 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. Here, I have 2 boxes to open. Hang on. I got these boxes in the P.O. box, but I hadn't opened them because I felt bad that I hadn't had a chance to open them on camera. Well, let's open them on camera right now. This one is from Mike White, so I'm going to use a sharp object and open this guy up. Smart idea, live unboxing. And here I didn't have any plans for the show, so yes, good idea. Hello, Rob Vegas. I don't know if I said hello to you yet, but hello, how do you do? All right, let's see. Not done cutting. All right. Mike has a note. Let me read through it really quick. Okay, I don't want to read the note out loud because it says what is in the box, and I don't want it to spoil the surprise. It's all right. Okay, thank you, White Vegeta, or White Mike, or Mike White. Let's see. Let's open this one first. And this is a Black Major Viper Pilot to go with my custom Viper. How about that? Isn't that nice looking? Alright, that is awesome. Now, unlike the original Viper Pilot, this has accessories. The original Viper Pilot had none. So it's got like a reproduction rifle for the Cobra Trooper, and he's got a backpack. But that's awesome. That's awesome. And then the other thing, yeah, there was one classified figure that I was not able to get my hands on, and Mike has corrected that by sending me a Red Ninja. Red Ninja. And look at this ninja. Look at this Red Ninja is actually red. Unbelievable. I was expecting a Red Ninja to be orange and purple, but it is in fact red. Perhaps it's misnamed. Perhaps they shouldn't call it a red ninja if it's not orange and purple. Hello! Hello, Byron. Joe Motion Videos 82. Nice to see you there, sir. How do you do? So thank you. This is one that I missed. One that I did not pre-order. And so thank you, Mike. This will help complete the classified collection. I'm going to leave this guy in the box. It's so nice. So thank you very much. And that I do a bit better. This is what I need to do for therapy, right? Is I need to just get online and talk with you guys because I immediately start feeling better, right? I mean, I'm all disheveled. My hair's a mess and my beard's a mess, and I've been fighting, depression and things like that. But when I get online and I talk to you guys, I immediately feel better. This is from Chris Pierce. From the YouTube show Comic Tropes. Chris and I have been friends for some time, and he's been very supportive. And in fact, he's one of the people that I confide in when I'm not feeling my best. So I'm going to cut open Chris's box here. It's well boxed. There we go. Alright, let's see what Chris sent. Alright, hey, yes! It's one of these. These are so cool. It's a G.I. Joe action figure keychain. And it's very similar to the throwback 30th anniversary action figures, but it's a keychain. I don't know if I should open this, but I'm tempted to actually use this as a keychain. So that's awesome. I love these, and there were 4 of them, right? Yeah, you can collect all 4, and they were working action figures, but they were attached to a keychain. How about that? In addition to that, there's... Oh, look at this. An action pack rope walker with the card back. These action packs, it's always helpful to get these because I haven't been, they haven't been on my radar, you might say. It's ironic because one of them is a radar dish. But this is helpful. I haven't decided. Well, I kind of have decided that when I review these, I'm going to probably review them all together rather than separately. So I need to get the whole collection in order to be ready to review them. And then finally, we have carded Star Brigade Heavy Duty. Check that out. All carded there with his helmet there that has the horns on it. Check out that he's got bull horns and spikes on his helmet, on his spacesuit. So yeah, there's Heavy Duty Star Brigade. This helps me finish my Star Brigade collection. I still need to finish Star Brigade, and this helps. So thank you very much, Chris from Comic Tropes. That's very, very kind. So there you go. You weren't expecting that, right? A live unboxing, because frankly, you guys suggested it here. I hadn't planned on doing it until it was suggested in the live chat. So, see, it helps to suggest things in the live chat. And thank you, Matthew R. Smalls. I am trying to get through things. Some days are better than others. Lately, it's not been a bunch of really great days. In fact, it's been some pretty rough days. but I'm trying to keep myself above water. I'm trying to keep myself moving forward. But you Star Brigade, gross. Yes, I don't disagree about your opinion on the figure, but this does help. It does help my collection. So yay Star Brigade heavy duty. Even if it's I also say boo Star Brigade heavy duty. There's the back. Got your Star Brigade vehicles there. Got your Battle Corps vehicles. The power, whatever they were called, armor bots. The armor bots there, which I have an armor bot, but it's not complete. I gotta work on completing that thing. But this I am wondering if I should go ahead and use that as a keychain and an awesome red ninja here, which I'm planning on keeping in the box. So thank you very much, and let's not forget the Black Major Viper pilot and the power pack. That's what they're called. Action pack. Sorry, the action pack rope walker. Which I wonder if it works. Let's just, out of curiosity, let's take it out and see if it works. Hello, Seymour. How do you do? All right. Let's see. Let's see. So this is the part that's supposed to walk across the rope. Let's see. And let's see here. How does it work? This thing comes with instructions. Anyway, it's trying to work. It's trying to. That's interesting. Anyway, rope walker. He can't be called heavy duty weight in heavy duty in space, where weight is different. He's weightless duty. Weightless duty in space. This one I'll have to. Well, it's got a slight crack in it anyway, so I will probably take this off the card when I'm ready to review it. So this one will probably come off of the card at some point in the future, and it'll be gorgeous and fresh and mint directly off the card. So yeah. Thank you everyone for showing up, and we have a pretty good crowd in here. Sorry, I'm kind of a mess right now, but that's the story of my life right now. Thank you, Jumping General. Thank you, I appreciate it. I was going to try to keep this live stream fairly short. I've only my energy level has been kind of low, so I've been having to rest a lot. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to keep going for another 10 minutes or so. But I missed you guys, and I mainly wanted to see and talk with you guys, and let you know that I'm still alive. You know. But also to apologize for not getting more videos out. It's something that I intend to work on in the future. I'm really trying. I'm really trying. But yeah, sleep is a good thing, and I've been getting a lot of it because I guess I need a lot of it. Well, I think that's all I have for show and tell this time. I don't know. Here's just stuff that I have out. from recent videos. I've got, this is the Rice Krispies Lifeline. Oh, there's a super chat from the Killer Weezer. What percentage of vintage would you say you have? I'm guessing about 2/3 of the vintage collection done. The problem is that last third is the hardest to collect. It's the really rare stuff. And I do have some of the really rare stuff, but like things like the Dino Hunters and some parts of Night Force and things like that. Man, I don't have a lot of those, and that's the last that I have to get. That's the last third or so of the collection that I still have to go. Yeah, Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies Lifeline. The one that used Frostbite's legs and did not have a gun. Which Lifeline shouldn't have had a gun anyway, being a pacifist. But sometimes the figures didn't quite match up with the persona that he was portrayed in the comic books and cartoons. But yeah. Dino Hunters. Are you not familiar with Dino Hunters, Rob? Yeah, G.I. Joe had Dino Hunters back in '93. It's just as absurd as you would expect. Private Buyer says, did you ever collect those 12-inch G.I. Joe Hall of Fame 1991 1/6 Joes? I have a few. I don't actively collect them, but I have a few of them. So the answer is sort of. Like I have Cobra Commander, and I have Stalker, and I have Snake Eyes, and I have Storm Shadow, which is... That's quite a few of them, actually. So yeah, I guess I do have a few of those. Seymour was always fascinated with the Dino Hunters, but the toys never made it to New Zealand. Yeah, it's Dino Hunters. Basically, was just reissued figures with some different colors, and a reissued vehicle with some different colors, and a really lame plastic dinosaur. I mean, it was the plastic dinosaur was substandard, you know, by any measure. The dinosaur, like the arms are like plastered to its chest because they couldn't bother to give him like little arms that reach out. I guess it's supposed to be a T-Rex, but it doesn't exactly look like one. Private Buyer says still love the Snake Eyes from that line. Yes, I have that Snake Eyes, and that's a 12-inch version of the 1991 Snake Eyes version 4. So yeah, that's an interesting Snake Eyes. The Dollar Tree dinosaur, yeah, the dinosaur, and because that set is very rare, it's really expensive. So, you know, I really don't want to pay $200 or more for a cheap plastic dinosaur. I'm not really looking to do that, so it's not been high on my priority list. Do I collect Pursuit of Cobra and Rise of Cobra? I don't. I'm other than the classified stuff, I've been trying to stick with vintage as much as I can. I want to finish the vintage collection, so I want to focus on that. That's not to say I don't have some modern era. I do have quite a few modern era, but I don't actively collect those. A lot of those have been sent to me, so thank you to those who have sent them to me. What about a dinosaur with spring-loaded missiles attached and lasers on its head? Well, that would have been something. That would have been a lot better than what we got. Um, uh, uh, yeah, the Dino Hunters. I don't think the Dino Hunters was just that one set. It was like one box set. It included an updated version of the Desert Fox with like spring-loaded missile launchers. It included new versions of Ambush and Lowlight, and a ridiculous plastic dinosaur. That's the whole set. And that set is rare, so it's expensive. It's expensive. It's like ridiculously expensive. And I'm sure that Dino Hunters has its fans, but I'm not one of those fans. So, yeah, it's one of those things that I'm not looking forward to paying a lot for. But when it comes time to get it, I'm gonna have to pay through the nose for it. I know that I am. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I have the Patreon going, is because otherwise I would not be able to afford. The Patreon, by the way, is the only way I was able to get like the Gold Head Steel Brigade, which is like one of the rarest figures that there is. Otherwise I never would have been able to get that figure, along with some other rare stuff that's really expensive and would otherwise be well outside my budget. Yeah, Ambush still had that mustache, but that version of Lowlight is a blonde version of Lowlight version 3. The one with you remember Lowlight with the black hair and the beard? Well, they took that Lowlight and they gave him blonde hair and a beard. He looks more like rock and roll than Lowlight, but yes, it was they both had serious facial hair. We should probably talk about that. And James A.K. Ratface says, what do you think of 3D Joe's video posts of the old G.I. Joe commercials? Well, that's an opportunity for me to say how valuable 3D Joe's is to the community, especially right now. 3D Joe's just got a bunch of archived video of G.I. Joe commercials. And so they have been distributing that. Yes, Seymour, there's a new TV show coming up too. We got to talk about that. But first of all, let me sing the praises of 3D Joe's, of Carson, who runs 3D Joe's. 3D Joe's, they do... hello, Brandon Knight. Hello, how are you doing? Glad you made it. 3D Joe's has 3D spins of all of the carded figures from 1982 to 1994, as well as most of the vehicles. I think there are some vehicles that they don't have up yet, but they have a lot of the vehicles as well. It's a fantastic resource for the community, especially since Yojo.com is starting to fall apart. You're all familiar with Yojo.com. It's has been the gold standard for G.I. Joe websites. Well, not anymore. The wheels have fallen off the wagon. Yojo.com got sold to a company. The fans who were in charge of updating the site, they've lost access to the site, and now certain items on Yojo.com have been dropping off. So, for instance, I believe there's no Destro on the site anymore. There's no Snow Serpent version 1 on the site anymore. Like, randomly, items on yojo.com have been disappearing. And I don't know if that's because, something broke and nobody bothered to fix it, or if they are slowly decommissioning the site. I don't know what's happening, but the point is, yojo.com is falling apart. But thankfully, we still have 3djoes.com, which has a lot of that information. It has lots of great images of the figures and the vehicles, and I'm grateful that 3djoes.com is around to fill that gap. So many thanks to Carson from 3djoes for keeping that site going, for keeping it running, and for keeping that resource for the community, since apparently yojo.com is just not going to cover it anymore. So there's that. And I don't know if any of you were aware of that, but sorry to share the bad news, but yojo.com is having some problems. And it seems like they are problems that are not likely to be fixed. So we may be looking at the end of yojo.com's useful life. Yeah. That's the bad news. The good news is we have 3djoes.com, and the other good news is there's going to be a G.I. Joe live-action series that is centered around the character of Lady J. This is being produced for Amazon, and I don't know when it's going to be ready, but yes, it's being. Somebody mentioned it's being produced by the showrunner of Daredevil season 3. So it's somebody who has some comic book credentials, some credentials in taking comic book properties and turning them into television. So we should be getting a live action G.I. Joe series. Now, I don't know how much of the team is going to be in the series. It says it's going to be centered around Lady J, but that's okay with me, because I kind of don't mind them taking like smaller stories, building up these smaller stories before they put together the larger story of the team, right? So we're getting a Snake Eyes movie, we're getting a Lady J TV series, and they're supposed to exist in the same universe. They're supposed to be connected. I think Lady J is a great choice. There's at least possibly some familiarity with Lady J, because the character was in Retaliation. So, some people will at least make that connection. Yes, the G.I. Joe Renegades cartoon is on YouTube. That's right. Byron mentions that. So we're getting more G.I. Joe media, and that is pretty awesome. And it's hopeful for the future, because the more media we get, and the more media we the more types of media we get, the more likely we are to have things that we like. We're not going to like everything. We may or may not like the Snake Eyes movie, or may not like the Lady J TV series, but they're giving us more stuff. All right, and the more stuff they give us, the more likelihood that there's going to be something that's to your individual tastes. personally, I'm looking forward to both. So I'm excited. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but I don't believe that Adrienne Palicki is going to be reprising her role. I'm pretty sure they're going to recast. We're talking about a new G.I. Joe universe here, so I don't think they're bringing back any of the cast of the original. So now we'll find out who our Lady J is. What version of Lady J are we getting? Or is it going to be something totally new? I don't know. But using Lady J gives them an opportunity to go with some espionage and some spy angles. Hello, Codename New2Vero2. Thank you for joining. It's very nice that you joined. It's nice to see you here. So yeah, it gives you an espionage angle, right? It gives you a little bit of cloak and dagger because she's a covert agent. So she does disguises and infiltration and all of that. So going with Lady J gives you a bunch of options. Now I know a lot of people were hoping to get Chuckles rather than Lady J, and that would not have been a bad idea, right? That actually might have worked as well. But it is what it is, and Chuckles could be in the series. I mean, it would fit if they had Chuckles in the series. So there's some news. A new G.I. Joe television series for Amazon is being developed, centered around Lady J. Codename New2Vero2 says, I have a feeling it'll be like Agent Peggy Carter. Possibly, I don't know. We will find out. Brandon says, am I accepting packages or letters at this time? I can, but I'm having a hard time finding the time and energy to open them on camera. So, if you wanted to send something to the P.O. box, that would be fine. But with my apologies, I may not be able to open them on camera, and that's just me. I've been struggling with my symptoms lately. I've been wrestling with depression and anxiety lately, and my mental health state has not been great. In fact, it took a lot of convincing. I had to convince myself to do this live stream. So thank you to everyone who has showed up. So that is basically the reason why I have not been able to make videos like I normally have been able to. It's been rough. I'm gonna get through it. I'm gonna be fine, and I'm going to continue to produce work. But there may be some gaps. But I'm going to do the best I can. But you have my apologies for any of those gaps, because I don't want there to be gaps. I don't want gaps. I want to continue to produce content the way that I always have. But I thank everyone who has stuck with me. I thank you for that. And we're not giving up. We don't give up. This is G.I. Joe we're talking about. We're not about giving up. So I'm gonna keep pushing forward and keep trying. So thank you for everyone, and thank you for your patience. I won't stay on that. I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood what was going on. I'm still here, but it's been a rough few weeks. Who's the friend that painted? Dale says who made the custom Desert Fox? That's Painted Plastic. He's on YouTube, so you should check him out. Painted Plastic. I got to spell it right. PAYNE hyphen Ted TED Plastic. Pain Ted Plastic. Yeah, great customizer, and has done some amazing things. Can't wait for the Lady J Flint romance. So yeah, they've got to have Flint, right? If they're gonna have Lady J, they can't not have Flint. Yeah. So I would expect they should have Flint, and since they have spy stories, they should have Chuckles. And then maybe they'll have like some cameo crossovers with Snake Eyes. Since that is it's all supposed to be in the same connected universe. So we're starting small, with a standalone Snake Eyes story and a standalone Lady J TV show, and we're building up to what will eventually be the big team movie. This is the way that I think this is the right way to do it. This is the way Marvel did it with the Avengers, and this is the way that they should build up to a big ensemble movie. Because doing the ensemble first, it can be just a little too... It can be too much, right? It can be just a little too bloated for everybody to get to know all the characters, and it can just be too much. But if you build up to it, then you can do the big ensemble movie, and you can do it right. And that's what I think that they're trying to do, and I'm hoping that it'll work. Of course, it all depends on the execution, right? It all depends on the execution. Yeah, it just looks it depends. I mean, the movie has to be good, right? The Snake Eyes movie, it's got to be good. And not just good for the traditional G.I. Joe audience. It's got to be a good movie for a broad audience. The TV series has got to be good, right? And not just for those of us who are already fans. It's got to be good for a broad television audience. So, that's... Hey, there's Painted Plastic right there. Somebody was just asking about you, Painted Plastic. Somebody was asking who did the Desert Fox custom vehicle. Well, there is the guy right there. Yeah, speak of the devil. Yeah, I've been on for almost an hour, which is longer than I thought that I would stay on. I guess I'll finish this up at 5 o'clock. My time. So in about 8 minutes, I'll wrap it up. But thank you, everyone, for being here. I already feel better. You know, I already feel better. And there is Timur. How about that? And Timur is here as well. That's very kind of you guys to show up. Especially given how long it's been since I've actually made a video. But I'm working on it. I know what the next video is going to be. The next video is just a simple, single carded action figure. But I just have to actually do it. But that's been difficult for me as far as my mental state and my energy level. So please be patient. And I thank you for your patience. But I'm gonna try to keep coming to you live as much as I can. I'm sorry I missed Tuesday, but I'm trying to make up for it now. Thank you, JLS Comics. That means a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me. And I've been humbled by how many people have stuck by me, even through lean times. And it won't always be lean times, right? We'll get back on track. We'll get back on track. But lately it's been lean times. But I haven't really lost any support, which is it means more to me than I can tell you. But I'm gonna give you as much as I can, and sometimes that'll be just a live stream. Sometimes I'll be able to actually get around and do a video review, but I'll keep giving you as much as I can, because I want to, and I miss it when I'm not able to. So thank you everyone for just sticking with me. And thanks for the 2 thumbs up, painted plastic. Sorry, my dog's barking outside. And I have my early access to Half the Battle. By the way, if you support Half the Battle Timmer on Patreon, you get early access to his reviews. Thank you, Matt. Thank you very much. And thank you, Orion Pax 0430. Thank you very much. Yes, James. That's the theory anyway. And thank you, Private Buyer. Thank you for that as well. So you get early access to Timmer's videos if you are on Patreon. So I was able to watch the next one early, and I enjoyed it very much. So if you want to know what I'm grinning about, go check out Half the Battle's Patreon. You can sign up there. You can get early access. And of course, Timmer has been a very good friend, and I appreciate everything that he's done. He's actually able to produce videos, so way to go, man. There are some excellent G.I. Joe content creators that are still hard at work. You know, Timmer is still doing things. G.I. Joe Berg, still hard at work. You know, there are people that are still producing, so I try to support them as much as I can, and I encourage you to support them as much as you can. Oh, hey, cool. Sparkster says in August Sergeant Slaughter will be at a toy show in Columbus, Ohio, and you'll be there too. Sergeant Slaughter is really is really cool guy. He's really a nice person to meet. If you ever have a chance to meet Sergeant Slaughter, is definitely worth doing it. Yes, SEO Toy Review. I don't want to neglect SEO Toy Review. He's doing top 10 series, and that's been going really well. Analog Toys has new Action Force videos. There are a lot of excellent content creators out there making some cool stuff. So yes, Slaughterize it. Yeah, I was, when I met him, I totally chickened out of trying to get him to say Slaughterize it on camera. I completely chickened out. But he's still really, really nice. We're talking about Sergeant Slaughter, so really just a really kind, really nice guy, and really seems to enjoy his role in G.I. Joe. So a cool guy. It is about 5 o'clock my time, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say thank you to everyone who showed up and came by and supported, and just thank you all for being here. Thanks for showing up on short notice. And I'm going to work as much as I can to get another video out as soon as I can. So, thank you to everyone. I will let you go now, but I will talk to you all soon. So thanks again, everyone, and everybody have a good night. Bye bye. See you later. See you soon. I swear I'm going to try to do the regular Tuesday live stream. I really, really will try. Okay, so hopefully I will see you on Tuesday. All right, so bye-bye, and thanks, and talk to you later.